Good morning, everyone. My name is Denicia Heron, and I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Outreach and Admission Pathways. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to the University of Colorado Denver's first virtual Counselor Connect event. Yay! We are honored to have such a distinguished group of professionals with us today. Your presence here is a testament to your commitment to education and the future of your students. The Virtual Counselor Connect event is an evolution of the Counselor Breakfast we hosted in 2022. This initiative is part of our ongoing efforts to engage with our community beyond just students and families. We believe that by connecting with you, we can create a stronger support network for our prospective students. We are so excited to have you all here with us and deeply appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Your participation is invaluable to us, but before we dive into the day's activities, I'd like to give you a quick overview of our agenda. Today, we will be covering admissions information and updates, financial aid details, introducing you all to our new Director of Transfer Initiatives, and providing updates from all our schools and colleges. Thank you once again for being here. We hope this event will be productive and enjoyable for you all. Now, let me pass you over to Andrew Loso.
All right, well, hello, everybody. We're real excited to have you here today. My name is Andrew Loso. I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Recruitment at CU Denver in our Office of Admissions. I'm going to take a few moments to provide you with some admissions information about the university, as well as a few exciting updates in terms of new developments on campus. Wanted to let you know that we have had two new majors come live or launched for this fall. One major is a BA, BS in Climate Change Studies with tracks in Natural Science, Policy, and Society. This is under our Geography and Environmental Studies department, and they shared some data with us that between 2017 and 2022, Colorado saw a 72% increase in climate change related job postings. So huge opportunity. And then in a similar vein, we have data science as a new major as well, where students can get careers as in jobs like data analyst and data engineer. So a few new majors that the university felt were up and coming and will well serve our students and provide them with important marketable skills in the future. So a couple new majors. We'll go to the next slide. Right. CU Denver has 10,000 students. We're mostly undergraduate students, but we do have master's and doctoral as well. So we're a mid-sized school. We're not so big that it's overwhelming for your students, but we're not so small that it's boring, right? We have 18-to-1 faculty to student ratio, so a pretty average size class for most of your major classes as a student. We're a research university. A couple cool research projects the university has underway where students are involved. Our mechanical engineering department has partnered with an outdoor gear lab to conduct outdoor gear safety research. That same department won a grant a few years ago from the NFL to do football helmet safety research. In our College of Architecture and Planning, we have professors researching biodegradable tree pods for reforestation in Colorado. So a couple cool research projects. We welcome students from 52 states and U.S. territories, over 130 countries, and offer over 110 different degree programs for our students. All right, we are a diverse campus. We have a lot of folks. This really is a great crossroads of background and identity on CU Denver campus. 50% students of color, 50% first generation, the first students in their families to attend a college or university. 40% of our students are transfer students. Most of our programs require students to have a 2.0 community college grade point average to transfer in if you are not admitted as a first year student. And we are a veteran-friendly campus. 8% of our students that we serve are veterans. We have a lot of resources in place to support that diverse student body. So we have disability resources and services to help students with accommodations like extra time on tests and note-taking. We have our Center for Identity Inclusion, which has a lot of affinity and cultural groups that help students find a sense of belonging on our campus. In fact, just this fall, we enrolled 35% Hispanic or Latino students on the campus. So lots of great resources to support them. Mental health resources as part of our Auraria Health Center. First generation services like a first generation banquet that we offer every fall to help our first gen students get to know each other, and LGBTQ Resource Center. All right. So this is one of my favorite parts to talk about in terms of CU Denver. We really are the best of both worlds. We're in the heart of downtown. We're a stone's throw away from Ball Arena, home to our championship Nuggets and Avalanche team, Mile High Stadium and Coors Field. There's a theme park, Elitch Gardens, close to us. We're across the street from the Denver Performing Arts Complex. And we have 2 RTD public transit stops on Auraria campus. And your students pay only $25 a month for a pass. If they wish to commute, they do not need to live on campus, but we do have dorms as well. We're in the heart of Colorado. So this is, we're in the heart of Denver, but we're also in the heart of Colorado. We have a direct route to Denver Airport, 45 minutes by train. We're 20 minutes from the world famous Red Rocks Amphitheater, which a lot of students like to check out. We have great groups that go bring our students hiking and skiing out of our wellness center. So we have big buses of students that head out for reasonable prices to help give our students that balance of the rigor of their studies and then escaping to nature and going hiking, going skiing in our lovely state of Colorado. All right, so we are the nation's only tri-institutional campus. So Auraria campus, it's unique. It's actually 3 institutions: University of Colorado, Denver, Metropolitan State University, and the Community College of Denver, where a lot of our students transfer from and earn their associate's degree. Overall, it serves 42,000 students with 5,000 faculty and staff. So there are some shared buildings and resources. You can see this big, beautiful building, our Tivoli building, is student union, bank, bookstore, student governments, all in one. We have joint police force, joint health services, but then there's buildings that are just ours, like our dorm, our academic buildings, our gym, to give our students, their own spaces as CU Denver students. All right, and so the CU Denver difference. So why do we feel as an institution that we stand out and are a alluring choice for your students? We have a great relationship with Anschutz Medical Campus. So we actually offer a variety of pathway programs into graduate health sciences, such as dental school and medical school, where students are able to apply to those early, and in some cases, their senior year of high school for medical school and dental school. 100,000 alums, relationships with businesses and industries in downtown Denver, right? So we have like big accounting firms right down the road. We have Denver Tech Center, which is home to over 200 biotechnology companies alone for our bioengineering students. And because of the great Denver and Colorado economy, our graduates earn 8% higher income than graduates of other Colorado 4-year public university, again, because of our metro connection. And we have Links Connect for career services. We actually just last year started to have a wait list of employers for how many employers want to attend our job and internship fair on campus, and had to move that event from the Tivoli building behind me on my virtual background to our wellness center, which is our largest space to accommodate employers. All right, cost of tuition and fees. So we feel that we provide students with a high quality research university level education at an affordable public institution price. A Colorado resident will pay $11,766 for a full academic year for a full course load for fall and spring. We have an agreement with Western states where students pay $20,622 a year, and then non-resident other states $30,774. And we do have automatic consideration for merit scholarships for all students. So based on a student's grades, generally starting at about a 3.0, which is the admissibility standard for our university, we do have automatic merit scholarships that are going to decrease that price for a lot of your students by $1,000, $2,000, or maybe more dollars per year. And then we have this cost of attendance calculator. So if you want to whip out your phone real quick and pull out this is a great way to understand what would be the full cost of attendance for tuition, fees, room and board, books, basically the total amount that your student can borrow against or be funded through other monies to finance their education. All right, application checklist. For our first time in college students, they will submit an application. We have a free application code you can share with them. We also have a lot of folks who participate in Colorado Free Application Week, which takes place in October. High school transcripts, again, we look for students to have about a 3.0. Cumulative grade point average to be admissible to all CU Denver programs. Students with slightly below that grade point average, the university will request a personal statement where the student has the opportunity to describe their goals and their strategy to succeed academically here at CU Denver. Students will apply for financial aid by filling out the FAFSA and sending it to CU Denver. This year's FAFSA will open in December. And then check your application portal and email for a decision. I feel that our status portal is one of the greatest assets that a student has. It's the same link. If they can bookmark that link, everything they need to do from applying to enrolling is going to appear on that link in that portal. So we really want to make sure that you're pushing your students to that page to understand that their applications are being completed, that they're receiving their next steps for admission, and then onboarding as a new student. And then transfer students also need to apply through CU Denver or the Common App. And then students with less than 24 credits at your post-secondary institution, we will continue to use high school grades. And then over 24, we use your college grades, community college or other university. And admissions criteria is a 2.0 college GPA or about a 3.0 for the College of Engineering, Design, and Computing. And of course, apply for financial aid and check your application portal and email for your decision. Okay, a couple dates and deadlines. So moving into this next admission cycle for our 2025 students, the applications are open. Colorado Free Application Week starts October 16th. So we do a lot of work helping students complete their applications. Are going to be available for your students to help them get that free application in, save $50. Scholarships open December 1st. So these are scholarships that you apply to as a student. We have a database called Scholarship Universe where students can go in and apply to scholarships that are funded by donors and groups and organizations or industries. And then those scholarships are awarded to that student's fall and spring. And that's different than merit scholarships, which is automatic consideration. No students need to apply to those. Spring 25, the students are starting in the spring. Deadline is January 3rd. Housing opens January 2025. So we do have a first year only dorm and another dorm for sophomores and above on campus where you can live on campus if you choose. Scholarship deadline for those scholarships you apply to is March 1st. And then if you start in the summer, deadline is May 30th. If you start in the fall, deadline is July 31st. That being said, right around late September, early October, we do work to provide students with their admissions decisions as quickly as possible, 3 or 4 weeks after the student completes their application. All right, so I will pass it along to the next presenter. I know there is a Q&A portion, so maybe we'll take a moment to see if anybody has a question for myself regarding the admissions presentation, admissibility, anything like that. You can also ask the question in the Q&A during the course of the rest of the presentation. We have a few staff who are helping monitor this chat. But at this point, I will head off camera and give it to our next presenter. So thank you very much.
Oop. Hey, Ryan, I think you're muted.
Wonderful. Great way to start it. Hey, everybody. My name is Ryan Grodman. I am the director of the Financial Aid and Scholarship Office here at CU Denver. And I'm really excited to provide you all with some quick updates related to the FAFSA and financial aid, and as well as scholarships. So I will get going. First and foremost, with the FAFSA, There obviously were a lot of issues with the 2024-25 FAFSA that you all are very aware of. The 25-26 FAFSA is hopefully going to be slightly smoother rollout, but the Department of Education has already announced that they are delaying the full rollout of the FAFSA until December 1st. There will be some students and families who have access as early as October 1st, which is the normal start date for FAFSA applications, but they have not announced how many students will have access to that. So the general expectation is that all students will be able to get in and start completing their FAFSA December 1st this year, which is about 30 to 60 days earlier than it was this current year. So it's a slight improvement. The expectation is that the actual information on the FAFSA should be identical to the 24-25 FAFSA. So students who have already gone through it should not have too much trouble getting through and doing it again. But for new students, hopefully many of the lessons that were learned by the Department of Education from this last year will have produced better results going into the next year, including identity match issues for parents, especially for non-citizen parents. There still are issues where parents are not able to go in and actually confirm their identity and sign the FAFSA. They are continuing to work on improving that, and the hope is that for 25-26 FAFSAs, those issues will be mostly resolved. The Department of Education has also said that they're going to continue to release guides for financial aid staff and also for counselors, and also support for parents and students throughout the fall. So we're expecting many of these help guides to come out in the next couple of months leading up to that December 1st launch date. But we're still in a holding pattern from the Department of Education until they actually release it. We're not sure what the specific dates are going to be. So not a lot of major updates in that regard, other than that December 1st start date. So if students ever ask questions about when it's going to open, we're still sticking with December 1st based on the Department of Education's updates until further notice. And if we receive any other information, we will obviously communicate that out across our campus and to our campus partners. But that is where we currently stand. So moving on from that, I will get into just general scholarship timelines for our office. The scholarship process is expected to remain the same this year as it was last year, and in previous years. The general application open date for our scholarships is December 1st. The deadlines vary by scholarship, but generally all applications within our scholarship portal, which is called Scholarship Universe, open on December 1st for the upcoming year. To be considered for any of the need-based scholarships, we generally have students complete their applications by March 1st as our priority deadline. We did push that back based on the issues with the FAFSA this current year to May 1st, but we're expecting it to still be March 1st for the year ahead. For students who are not citizens, we still ask that they complete the CASFA. So if students are eligible to complete the FAFSA, please have them do that. If not, please have them do the CASFA, the Colorado application for student financial aid. That will allow student eligibility to be determined and will allow us to provide need-based opportunities to students, even if they're not eligible to complete the FAFSA. And we will review and start awarding scholarships to students in March and April based upon when those scholarships close. So some scholarships do have later deadlines. That obviously delays when scholarships are posted to accounts, but in general, the vast majority of our institutional scholarships are closed out by that priority deadline of March 1st and then awarded later on. And then just some important updates for students in general. We provide this information to students on the website, but just things to remind them of, as they're going through. Make sure students know what their costs are. So there's direct and indirect costs. Direct costs are tuition fees, and then if they live on campus, housing and food. Indirect costs are transportation, books and supplies, personal expenses, loan fees. But make sure students know what those charges are. They generally appear on student accounts usually late July and then early January. Also, if students want to use any loans specifically, they need to go into the student portal and accept those loans. They don't have to accept everything that's offered, but they do need to accept the amount that they want to use. It will not automatically pay out unless they accept the loans that they choose to use. They also, if they want to use their financial aid to pay for things other than tuition and fees and direct costs, they need to authorize financial aid, also done in their student portal. And make sure as early as possible students enroll in direct deposit, because if they're going to get additional funds refunded back to them from their financial aid to cover any of those other expenses, direct deposit's the quickest way to do it. And then just a real important reminder, enrollment status always impacts their eligibility for financial aid. So if students are going to be enrolled less than half time, it's good to reach out to the financial aid office just to determine what their updated eligibility might be for their financial aid. And other than that, I just want to provide some contact information to you all, just in case you have questions or students have questions. We've got a few different places to reach out. Students can reach out to financial aid at UC Denver for any issues related to anything with financial aid, scholarships, or work study if they don't know or you don't know where to direct a question. Otherwise, scholarships can go to scholarship at UC Denver. There's no S at the end, so just make sure you let students know that if they have questions. And then student employment at UC Denver, if there are questions about work study or any other student employment. They also, if they're interested in getting a job once they start here, because we have hundreds of jobs available for students on campus, they can actually go to our career center and ask questions there. So that is the information I have for you all. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for showing up today. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm a little under the weather, but my name is Samantha Kelly. I am the new Director of Transfer Initiatives. I am a Colorado native, attended Abraham Lincoln High School, got my undergrad at Colorado State and my master's at CU Denver. So I'm very passionate about higher education and specifically about our transfer students and helping them through their transition from one institution to the other. My office is really here to help students from the beginning of their journey throughout their time at CU Denver. What we try to do is we try to establish direct pathways with different community colleges, and we've set some of those up, and some of you may have seen my name. And so we're really setting up direct degree pathways for students, and so they can really maximize the credits that they get at community colleges and be able to graduate within 2 years at CU Denver. Another program that we have that I want to highlight is our Bridge to Bachelor's program. You may be aware of this program, but if you're not, it's really something that if a student, for our high school counselors, if you have students that are thinking of community college right away, but may want to do a bachelor's degree after that, it's something that students can elect to be involved in either their first or second term at a community college in Colorado. And what it does is it has us give guaranteed admission. So students still need to apply, but they will be guaranteed acceptance to CU Denver. And they also get a lot of resources at CU Denver, like advising and direct connections, so we can help them with their journey and to transfer over into CU Denver. We are really here to support all those questions. I know a lot of students want to make sure their credits are going to transfer. How are they going to transfer? What degrees can we use? We definitely utilize Transferology. So that's the big platform that we have at CU Denver. All of our articulations go into Transferology. And so that's a great tool for transfer students to use. They're able to plug in the credits that they have taken, and they're able to directly see how they would transfer to CU Denver. We also have transfer degree maps, and those are able to see what degree are they interested in, what courses have they taken in their past that would fulfill those degree maps, and what courses will they need to take in the future. So those are all great resources for you. It's a lot of information you're getting thrown at you today. So if one thing you take away is just transfer at ucdenver.edu is a great email address for you and any transfer student you're working with. So that's our direct transfer student services email inbox. And so we can make sure that the students are getting their needs met. But thank you all today and have a great day.
All right, does that mean I am next? Schools and colleges?
Yes, you are next. I'm sorry. I think they just switched the screen.
No problem. While we're getting the screen pulled up, I will introduce myself. My name is Gina Delamarter, and I'm the program manager here at the College of Architecture and Planning. So I work with all of our prospective undergraduate students, K through 12 outreach, summer camps, things like that. So just some highlights about the architecture program. Hopefully you can see some of this. Maybe you can zoom in a smidge on the one pager. So the main thing that I want to highlight is we have the unique advantage of being the only architecture program or school in Colorado. So if you have students interested in architecture and they want to stay in state, we're pretty much it. But they're in luck. We are a great program. We're very well connected in the community because we are the only architecture program. So that means internships, job opportunities. The folks that are out there in the field are also the folks that are the instructors here at CAP. So we have a lot of real world and up-to-date connections within the field of architecture and design. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is being a making school. So it's very hands-on. So it's not just the theory of architecture and design, but students are actually building things. Perhaps it's just a small model that they're making, or they may be working on our larger design build projects. So for example, we have a security desk that has been fully redesigned. It's hard to explain. It's more than a security desk. It's more of an art installation that our undergrad grad students were able to design and build. Our graduate students have worked on kiosks that are now up in 16th Street Mall. They've also worked on research centers that are currently built and being utilized in Antarctica, which is super cool. So in terms of looking at this one pager, just want to highlight that students have access to a lot of different technologies. So all of the software they would be using in an architecture firm, they have access to fabrication labs. So we have our wood shops, 3D printers, laser cutters, things like that in-house. And then if you want to keep scrolling down, we have a sustainability focus, which a lot of students are always inquiring about. And then in terms of where you can find our graduates. So yes, this is an architecture program, but I also want your students to know that they don't have to be an amazing artist or really good at drawing. They don't have to be really good at math or physics. It's kind of the middle ground or the marriage of a lot of those, essentially the left and right side of the brain. So in addition to architecture, we tell folks that they have access to some of the allied fields that they may be interested in pursuing, like urban planning, landscape architecture, furniture design. We have an alumni at IKEA, and then all of these firms that you see listed here are where you can find some of our alumni. If you want to go to the next page, I think the main thing I want to point out is that we have a lot of scholarships specifically for those applying to the BS architecture degree. We have a couple that are automatically awarded to DPS and Aurora Public School students with the highest GPA, so make sure that your students apply. And we have the same application deadlines as the main campus. And the only other thing to mention is we are very much a visual program, and I really want to get as many of your students into our building as possible. You can come and sit in on a design studio class, tour the fabrication lab, some of our exhibits, so you can contact me directly for those. And then if you have students that are rising freshmen all the way to rising senior, we have summer camps that we have host here on campus for our students to explore architecture. So happy to connect with you all, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for those updates from the College of Architecture and Planning. Next up, we have the College of Arts and Media.
Thank you, Krista. Hi, everybody. Dave Walter here from CU Denver's College of Arts and Media. Similar to architecture, I would say we are also very hands-on across the college. And these are the three departments that are offered in the College of Arts and Media: music and entertainment industry studies, film and television, and visual arts. Across the college, we have about 1,300 students. So these are big, thriving programs in the arts here at CU Denver. A little bit about like what would be different about for students to come to CU Denver to study in the College of Arts and Media versus all the other options they have out there for the arts. I would say a big one's our location. We are right here in downtown Denver, so it's really easy for our students to be really engaged in all this going on in the amazing Denver arts community while they're here. So that might mean internships at Meow Wolf, playing, open mics, or their band playing in venues that are very close to campus. The Denver Film Festival, there's so much going on here, so it's a perfect location for programs like these. Our faculty are a big part of that. They come from the industry, and that's really who we look for our faculty with that real world experience. They have the academic credentials as well, but we really value that real world experience. So they're the connectors. They're going to be learning from filmmakers and animators and professional musicians. Value, this is a big one. The cost of a private arts school or music school can be $60,000 per year tuition, just that. We are way, 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 way cheaper, especially for our in-state Colorado students. So it really does create a great value because our programs are every bit as good as many of those quote unquote, top private arts schools. Interdisciplinary, we want our music, visual arts, film students to be working together, and we have many ways and programs that we do to make that happen. And then last here is career focus. So we are more career focused than your average art school. That's a big focus the whole way through, internships, and just all of those connections that are going on. So we don't want our students to get to senior year and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. They're ready to go. So looking at the three areas, music and entertainment industry studies, if you need one thing to remember about this department, it would be that it is very contemporary focused. So very modern music industry focus, which is very different than every other college in Colorado. So we're not doing a lot of the things that they are doing in like classical music or orchestra or marching band at those other schools. Instead, we are doing these things. So really focus on the modern music industry, audio production, recording arts, music business, singer-songwriter, songwriter entrepreneur. For all of those programs, we're the biggest in the Western United States that I'm aware of doing programs like that. And we have amazing recording studios, 6 of them, in fact, very innovative, modern focused classes. Students can get a little bit of all that in the curriculum too, so they don't necessarily just have to pick one. They get a little bit of everything. All right, next area. Next slide, please. Thank you. Back one more, please. I think we skipped ahead. Missed film. Oh, maybe I didn't have it on there. All right, go to the next one. Sorry. Visual arts. So we have 6 visual arts programs. Art history is our BA, and then we have art practices, digital design, illustration, photography, and 3D graphics and animation. I would say digital art is one of our big specialties here at CU Denver. So amazing 3D animation, digital design, and illustration programs that you don't find at most other schools in Colorado. We also have some really great minors in 2D animation, virtual productions, and a new one in game art. So definitely anyone who's interested in those areas, I would certainly encourage you to check out our visual arts department. Next. All right, it looks like our film program didn't make it on there, but I do want to talk about our film and TV program. It is very production focused, a BFA program as well. Really hands-on. Students are going to be making a lot of films and getting very prepared for the modern film industry. They even make a web series their junior year. So certainly for any students that are interested in filmmaking, I would highly encourage them to come tour and check out our program here at CU Denver because it's fantastic. And then like Gina mentioned, their summer camps. We also have summer camps here. We have our Links National Arts and Media camps for high school students. Great previews of our college programs for high school students. So we have about 300 students that went through our camps this past summer, and we would love to have some of your students attend our camps in the future. Last slide. Oh, and there's the dates for the summer, so you can see them there as well. And that application will open up November 1st for people to apply for camps for next summer. And then that's me, and Laura Harvey assists with all things recruitment and admission and Links camps here at the college. So just reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for those updates from the College of Arts and Media. Next up, we have updates from the business school.
Great, thanks, Krista. So my name is Vicki Alfieri, and I am the undergraduate recruitment coordinator for the business school. So just to talk about some of the highlights that we have, first and foremost, just kind of biggest thing to mention is our accreditation. So we are AACSB accredited, which puts us at that highest level of global accreditation that a business school can receive. So students who are gaining an education from us are gaining that highest level in business education that's possible. We also have a lot of different majors for students to choose from. This year, we have a new information and cybersecurity management major. We found that cybersecurity was an area that a lot of students wanted to go into on the business side of things. And for those specific jobs, they were needing kind of that cybersecurity in the title. So that's kind of the reason for bringing about this new major. But then in addition, you know, we have your typical accounting, entrepreneurship, management, marketing, all of those big ones. So lots of options for students to choose from. What I will say is, I know coming from the high school side of things, a lot of students don't entirely know which area of business they want to go into, and that's totally fine. Our curriculum is built so that one of the required areas students take classes in is called our business core. And so that's required for all business students, regardless of their business major. And so that will give them a chance to really explore the different areas of business, take a few classes in all those different areas and figure out which is going to be the best fit for them. So they can come in just as business undecided and take those business core classes while figuring out exactly what they want to do and before they do have that specific major indicated in their application. Transfer students, kind of same thing. The one thing I'll mention here is that we do have a general business option, and this is more geared towards non-traditional transfer students. So if you're coming from the community college and you're, you know, working with a student who says they want to transfer to a four-year college right away, they're taking that general business track, they would pursue a specific business major just like normal. The general business degree is more towards students who didn't really have that goal in mind when they started. So maybe they were initially a psychology student and now they're thinking they want to do business, or maybe they switched around to a bunch of different schools. And so they have, you know, a ton of different credits. So if that's the case, the general business option is a good one for them. And it just allows them to complete that bachelor's degree a little bit faster. They'll still take the business school core, so gaining a little bit of knowledge in all those different areas, but they won't have a specific major that they focus on. So that's kind of helping them use their previous credits to their advantage and graduate a little bit sooner. With our location, I know both Dave and Jana mentioned this before, but that is really a big factor that draws students to CU Denver. So with our Business Career Center, they're called our BCC for short. They work a lot with our students to help them develop skills when it comes to finding an internship, finding a job. They organize a lot of different career fairs, but also more industry focused events as well. So if students know that they want to go into, working for a tech company, we had a panel that was specifically focused on tech companies that came. So kind of helping students both network with people in the field they want to go into and also helping them develop the skills that they need to be successful in the job search after they graduate. So that is really helpful with our location and then them gaining those skills. Additionally, we also have what we call our industry centers of excellence. And so these are basically hubs on our campus where their whole goal is to help connect our students, faculty, and staff with the wider business community. So the one I always like to highlight is our Jake Jabs Center for Entrepreneurship. They have a really big business plan competition that happens every year. That's essentially our version of Shark Tank. So students with a business plan can enter into the competition. If they're selected as a finalist, they get mentored by a current entrepreneur. They get help with finalizing their elevator pitch, and they can actually win money towards their business idea. So the first place person gets $10,000 towards their company, towards their idea. So definitely something that will kind of help them get their idea off the ground running. So that's just one example. But again, our location really allows us to have all these opportunities to bring guest speakers and different people to campus so students are able to talk with people currently working in the field. We do also have business-specific study abroad programs. So I know a lot of students express interest about, going out of the country and how can I fit this into my college career? So our study abroad programs through the business school are only 2 weeks long, and they happen in between semesters. So it's easier for students to balance their college work with the study abroad class. Those classes are for credit, so 3 credits, just like normal. They get to go and have a business focus in the place that they're going to, but then they also get a chance to experience the culture as well. And then another highlight is we do have our FAM program. So this is specifically for first generation and multicultural business students. So first gen for us would mean neither of their parents has a 4-year college degree. So in this instance, the FAM program does a lot to just kind of help connect our students together, develop that sense of community, but they also do different site visits to companies. They'll help connect students for internships, and there's also scholarships available to those students as well. So if you work with a student population that kind of fits into that category, definitely I would encourage them to apply to FAM in addition to the business school. And then to mention some other scholarships, so I mentioned previously, FAM has some for transfer students specifically. We have a transfer student scholarship that is $2,000. Students need at least a 3.0 GPA in order to be eligible for that one. And then we also have our esteemed student scholarship, which is for incoming freshmen with at least a 3.5 high school GPA. So for both of those, there is an application. So students need to make sure that they're completing that. That's in the Scholarship Universe portal that was mentioned before. And then last things I'll mention is I do offer tours of the business school if any students are interested and want to see the business school specifically. I also do one-on-one appointments. So I know transfer students always have a lot of questions about credit. I can help with that. And then we also offer summer classes as well for high school students if they're interested in learning more about a particular area of business. But that is everything I have.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those updates from the business school. Next up, we have updates from the School of Education and Human Development.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marlinda Hines. I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment and Outreach for the School of Education and Human Development. And as we get started, I wanted just to center you all around the mission and vision of the School of Education, because I think it's very important that you understand that we are really an inclusive environment that is based around creating community to develop educators and mental health professionals that are going to take on the world globally, not just within the local community. We have 2 programs that we really are situated with in our undergraduate space. The first one is our Human Development and Family Relations program, which is a BS program. This program is really about creating opportunities for students to engage with families and communities in a variety of different ways. So if you have students who are interested in possibly psychology, social work, working in medicine or things like this, that this Human Development and Family Relations bachelor's degree would be really suited for those populations of students. Secondly, we have our Education and Human Development Teacher Education BA program. This is really situated for students who want to become teachers. And so through their bachelor's program, they will complete the degree as well as get their teacher license through the Colorado Department of Education. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on my teacher education program. These are some of the concentrations that we do have. So we do have all the way from early childhood elementary education to elementary education and special education as well. One thing I want to highlight is that we have people who may be interested in education but may not want to be teachers in the classroom. So we do have some kind of outliers. So we have some early childhood non-licensure tracks as well as an education and learning sciences track. Next slide. So I really want to spend a lot of time really on this slide, and this is our teacher education pathways programs. So we have a lot of different ways for students to come in and explore the field of teaching with support not only from the university, but also some of our community partners. So we have 4 different options if students are interested. We have our Next Gen Residency program, which is really attached to students getting within our program and then being hired through one of our school districts. Right now we're working with DPS, Aurora, Jeffco, and various other school districts where a student will get a position as a para, and those hours that they use as a para position not only get them a salary, but then also get them credit towards their coursework here within the university, within the teacher education program. Secondly, we also offer our TPrep program. So for those of you who work in rural community colleges or 2-year institutions, we have a pathway program specific that area. So we currently work with 4 different institutions. And then what happens with that is that students are able to still take their classes at that rural community college. So for instance, we have a placement with Trinidad Community College, and they are able to still take their classes for their bachelor's degree in that community college space. So they never have to step foot on the CU Denver campus, but they still get all the benefits of being a CU Denver student within the School of Education and Human Development, because we do offer different supports. We also offer opportunities for our faculty to engage with them through a virtual space. One of our next opportunities for those people who are currently working in schools right now, we have a lot of paraprofessionals who are currently working in school districts and may want to come back to school to get their teacher license and their bachelor's degree. So we work specifically with those paraprofessionals to give them a more flexible pathway in terms of online classes and opportunities to still use their work experience towards the credits towards the program. And lastly, we are really trying to diversify our teacher pool. We are really trying to gain more students of color, especially male students of color. And so we have an opportunity that is Call Me Mister, which is an incentive program for male students of color who want to become teachers. It provides them opportunity to do some leadership training, as well as get their tuition paid for and a monthly stipend if they participate in that program. So these are just some of the quick program highlights I want to go over. For our Human Development and Family Relations program, we do have a fully online option, so students can do that program online, hybrid, and in person. This program is also very transfer friendly, and so we can take people from all different kind of areas that if they already have courses from other programs or other degrees, this is a good flexible program for them. And then we also give them some real world experience. So we give them some community internship placements as they are completing their program. And then for the Human Development and Family Relations program, we also have various pathways like I talked about. And then we also have a bachelor's to master's 4+1 option for that as well. And so if you can just go on. So really quickly, since we're professionals in the room, if you are interested in getting some more advanced education, please consider looking at some of these programs. We have a master's and doctoral programs that focus on higher education, leadership, and student success. And then lastly, if you do want to kind of connect with us, please reach out to us. We are happy to come out and visit you at your institutions, or if you have students who want to talk one-on-one, please contact any one of us in our team, and that's all.
Thank you so much for those updates from the School of Education and Human Development. Next up, we have the College of Engineering, Design, and Computing.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much. I am Lucy Daberco, and I am the Recruitment and Outreach Manager at the College of Engineering here at CU Denver. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm just going to tell you a few things about our programs here at the College of Engineering. We have about 1,300 undergraduate students, over 452 graduate students. This kind of gives you an idea of our small size. We really pride ourselves in having that personal connection to the students. Students are always able to get the attention of the faculty, use those office hours because we are a lot smaller than other College of Engineering and so colleges of engineering, about 26% of our students identify as female students, about 73% identify as male. So we're very proud of all of our students, of course, but we're excited to see a lot of female engineering students. About 40% of our students are students of color. We've seen in our College of Engineering 145% increase in the number of students who identify as Hispanic students in the last 5 years. Like I mentioned, we have smaller class sizes in our College of Engineering. Our student to faculty ratio is 23:1. We have 9 bachelor's programs, 5 minors, and 15 graduate programs. And I will show you in a minute what our programs are all about. We, like all of my colleagues have said, are very excited to be in a fabulous location in the heart of the city. A lot of our students are doing a lot of great internships while they're, of course, in their senior years. They can just walk across the street. We have amazing companies. Also, Denver has the second largest number of federal agencies outside of DC. So a lot of our students who want to get an internship or a job in the federal government, they're able to do so. Next slide, please. So these are our programs. So these are our departments: bioengineering, civil engineering, computer science, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. The bioengineering program is a Bachelor of Science. What's amazing about this program, of course, our students are doing research, state-of-the-art research. They do 2 years here at our Auraria campus and 2 years at our medical campus, which is the Anschutz campus, where they have amazing labs, collaboration with medical facilities. We have our civil engineering program or department. We have several programs there: the BS in civil engineering, construction management, construction engineering management, and we have a minor in construction management. We also have our computer science department, where we have the BS in computer science and a BA in computer science. The main difference between the BA and the BS in computer science would be that the BA allows students to have more flexibility. They could do our computer science program along with, for example, a criminal justice degree. So it allows for a lot more flexibility than the BS in computer science. One of our newer programs is the BS in cybersecurity. And we also have a minor in computer science. Our electrical engineering department offers the BS in electrical engineering and 2 minors, as you can see, electrical and computer engineering. Last but not least, we have our mechanical engineering department that offers a mechanical engineering bachelor's degree. One really cool thing about our programs is we're always innovating. For instance, we just started a new class called Introduction to Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. So we see where the needs are and we create new coursework. For example, we just opened a new lab, which is our outside lab that's doing testing of gear, for example, kind of like the stuff you see in REI, hiking stuff. And so our students have state-of-the-art labs where they can do a lot of hands-on work. A little bit about our undergrad admissions. I know my colleague Andy already talked a little bit about this, but specifically in the College of Engineering, for first-time students to get a direct admission into our Bachelor of Science programs, we have a minimum of 3.0 cumulative high school GPA, unless you're applying to our construction management or cybersecurity program. Some students who do not meet this requirement, that's not a problem at all. They can still be accepted, but they will go into our pre-engineering track. And then once they can approve themselves, take several classes, they can apply to be accepted into our regular engineering program. And this is just some sample internship and job opportunities. As you can see, amazing companies. Our starting salaries for our engineering graduates, and that's undergrad, is at $70,000 and above annually. And then I'll just share how you can get a hold of our departments and advising professionals. So each department has a dedicated program manager / advisor, so you can contact them. And then the last slide will show you just how you can contact me or our general College of Engineering email, which is engineering@ucdenver.edu. We will be having a virtual open house for the College of Engineering on October 15th from 5 to 6 p.m. So if you want to mark your calendars, and we'll distribute information about this event soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was from the College of Engineering, Design, and Computing. I know we only have 5 minutes left, so we will try to be as quick as possible with our 3 remaining guests. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today. I am Evelyn Lojudici. I'm the Recruitment and Admissions Senior Professional at the School of Public Affairs. So I will keep this really quick for you all. We have 2 undergraduate programs here at the School of Public Affairs. We have our Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and our Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration.
Overall, both of these programs are going to be focused on the advancement of the common good. So if you have a student who's really involved in volunteering at local organizations or is very actively involved in student government, our programs could be a really great fit for them. So our Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice program is the number 23 best Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice program in the country. So it is a very highly ranked program, which we're really proud of. It is 39 major credits, so it's a great program to pair with another degree or with a minor in another school and college if that's something your students are interested in. We do also have concentrations and certificates available that you can pair with your bachelor's degree. So specifically in criminal justice, we have law enforcement and victim services. And our program's also really flexible. So all of your major courses for the criminal justice program can be completed entirely online or in person. So it's a really great program for non-traditional students or even the more traditional student who is just looking for more flexibility. And then, as you can see, graduates of our program are really well equipped for careers within kind of the four main sectors of the criminal justice system. So that's courts, corrections, law enforcement, and then victim services. And what's really great about our program as well is that it is pathway eligible. So we do not use the language 4+1 here at the School of Public Affairs, just because everyone's path looks a little different during their education journey. But we do have a pathways program, which allows a student to start taking graduate level coursework while they're finishing their undergraduate degree, and the credits will count towards both their undergraduate degree and a graduate degree, and then they can seamlessly move into one of our master degree programs. Our Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration program is also a really flexible program. All of the major courses for our BAPA program are actually fully online. So again, you have a really flexible program that's great for non-traditional students, but because it's only 48 major credits, you'll still have your university core courses that you'll be taking, and you'll still have your elective courses that you'll be taking. So you can plug in-person coursework that way. Just all of your major courses would be online. Again, we do have a concentration or certificate available in nonprofit management for our BAPA students, and we likely will be introducing some new certificates across both these programs, hopefully by fall 2025. So keep an eye out for those. But for now, these are the concentrations and certificates that we have. And what's really great about the BAPA program as well is that students can transfer up to 30 credits of career and technical education credits into the program. So if you have a student who's been actively involved in some law enforcement, fire services, or emergency medicine programs, they may already have some credits that they can come into the program with, which is really great. And then again, this program is also pathway eligible. And across both of our programs, an internship is built into the degree plan. And as it was just previously mentioned, Denver is, home to the second most federal agencies outside of DC. So especially for our Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration students, that internship is a really great way to get their foot in the door, whether that be at the local, state, or federal government level. And then I did also just want to plug that the School of Public Affairs has some really wonderful events that take place throughout the semester that are not just open to our current students, but are also open to prospective students and community members. We bring in some really exciting speakers. Last year, we brought in the FEMA administrator, as well as Senator Hickenlooper, and just have some really engaging conversations about public affairs related topics and issues that are taking place directly in Colorado, but also across the globe. So if you do have a student who's just looking to get a feel for our community, definitely encourage them to check us out. And I apologize, I completely forgot to include my contact information on this slide, but I will drop that in the Q&A for you all. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions.
Awesome. Thank you for those updates from the School of Public Affairs. Next up, we have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I want to thank you all for if you can stay on just for a couple more minutes so we can wrap up the session. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be really quick. So that's me. The fun thing about the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences are that we're the degrees that you've probably already heard of. And so yeah, for the most part, no one's going to be looking at the history degree and going, I wonder what they're doing. It's basically, we allow for our students to dictate their degree mapping. I think Sam mentioned this earlier, where we talk about degree maps, but we really do make it a map of for the student. So they get to determine any minors that they want to add on, any dual majors and things of that nature. I would 100% list our programs, but we have over 150 undergraduate um, majors, minors, and certificate programs. So it's a pretty large college. It's the largest on campus. And so we allow for the students to kind of pick and choose and put together exactly what they need in order to get into the careers that they are interested in going into, or whatever plans they have for after college. We do have options. All of our degrees have options for study abroad. In fact, we actually have a campus in Beijing, China that we pair up with specifically to allow our students to transition back and forth. And we have a couple of other options as well in some other countries as well. We do have internships. Every single one of our degree plans does offer flexibility to include an internship, and so that is an option for any student as well. This includes working at the Capitol. This includes working in some that working at our Anschutz campus or any other health professional field, or any component that they want to add into their degree. So they are allowed to start getting that work experience as part of their graduation package, as well as we offer, all of our degrees offer directed research options within their degree plan as well. And so if a student is interested in getting into research, furthering and their research portfolio, they could start doing that as soon as their first year at CU Denver. So we actually encourage them to get into research very quickly and start that process of learning as soon as they would like to. We do not have any additional admission requirements outside of CU Denver. So if you're once you're admitted to CU Denver, you're admitted to CLAS. And we also offer programs for students who may not have a traditional sort of pathway, including our brand new BAS program, which is the Bachelor's of Applied Sciences. So for those students who earn an AAS at a Colorado community college, they can then transition that here to CU Denver and complete a bachelor's degree as well. And there's a few different concentrations within that, so they get to put together their degree that works best for them and their goals. We also offer the individually designed major, which allows for students to put together the major of their choosing. So if they come here and they are just not getting the degree options that they really want to have, we do have an option where they are allowed to design their own major, putting together different components, and we will help them build that process as well. And I'm going to say my last comment is the contact information, CLAS at UC Denver. If you want to contact me directly, it's my first name dot last name at UC Denver. But I'm always happy to answer any questions, and I'll give the rest of my time to Trisha because I know she needs it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate those updates. Next up is the health professions updates.
Thank you. If you just want to change to the next slide, I'll just hold it here. We don't even have to move through. So welcome. Thanks for being on and staying on and hanging in there. So again, this is me. I'm the director of the Health Professions Office at CU Denver. I think it's just generally important to understand that we work with all students who want to go into the health professions. We are well known for advancing to students through not only their academic curriculum, but also those non-academic hidden kind of requirements that students need to get into the health professions. So we on average work with about 2,000 students a year, which seems a little crazy. There's only a couple of us in the operation, but again, our role is to make sure that these students are well aware and versed on all things academic and non-academic that's going to help them get through. So I just want to highlight a couple programs that we have. Again, we normally advance through the slides, but I know you're all busy, and I have like 4 students waiting for me already. So generally, I think some of the things that many of you might be interested in, we do have several pathway programs that are unique to CU Denver only. And that's pretty amazing because these pathway programs don't exist with any of our other CU programs, as well as other institutions in the state of Colorado. So a couple of them for our high school seniors at this point are currently open. We have a BA-BSMD pathway and a BA-BS-DDS pathway that we've been doing for a number of years. These are open to Colorado residents that are high school seniors at this point. There's 2 applications that are required, one for the program and one for CU Denver. So get your students on that. The apps for those programs just opened last week. And will be available until October 31st. There's lots of things that students have to do, though, to apply. So again, these are what we call 4+4 programs, 4 years of CU Denver curriculum and coursework, and then 4 years at the medical school or the dental school at the Anschutz Medical Campus. A couple of newer programs that we have is one with physical therapy at the Anschutz Medical Campus. So that is what we refer to as a 4 + 2.5. So students come in and they apply during their freshman year at CU Denver. They do 4 years of undergraduate curriculum here, and then 2.5 years if they make it through the pathway at the Anschutz Medical Campus Physical Therapy Program. Pharmacy, that program, is what we refer to as a 3+5 or 3+4, not 5, 3+4. So 3 years of undergraduate curriculum at CU Denver, and then 4 years of their PharmD curriculum at the Skaggs School of Pharmacy. Finally, last 2 that I'll highlight, we have one with the School of Nursing, which is unique to us as well. So we can take up to 20 students into that program. Again, students apply as freshmen. We do 3 years of prerequisite work with them, and then 2 years of their BSN at the Anschutz Medical Campus in their BSN program. And then we have a brand new one with Thomas Jefferson University, which is a respiratory therapy. It is the only BS currently being offered in the state of Colorado around respiratory therapy. So students would do 2 years of prerequisite curriculum here, and instead of having to move to Philadelphia to do the rest of their BS work, they actually would transition to National Jewish and complete curriculum through Thomas Jefferson University, as well as their clinical work. We have other things, but I think those are the things I want to highlight. I would just like to end. Please feel free. Any of you need to contact me or your students. I'm always open. The best way of communicating is via email. So please reach out. Again, we are not a major. So when your students say, I want to major in health careers, you can't major in a health career. You pick any of these phenomenal programs that you heard about, and then students can do a track in the health profession program of their choice. And that's really what we're here for. So feel free to reach out. Our website, simply, if you just Google CU Denver Health Professions Programs, you'll get to the website. We can answer any questions that you or your students may have. Thank you.
And again, we would just like to say thank you all for joining us today. And we hope that you all, thank you all for joining us today. We hope you all gained valuable insights to share with your students and families. I would also like to thank our organizing committee, our volunteers in our schools and colleges for making this event possible, and your efforts are truly appreciated. And to connect with me directly, please visit our new outreach website, and the link will be posted in the Q&A chat. If you did not receive our first year and transfer newsletters, please let us know and we can add you to our listserv, or you can also access the newsletters on our outreach website. Today's session was also recorded because I know many of you asked about that in the chat, and it will be available online through the outreach website. And for CU Denver pennant requests, the link will be posted in the Q&A chat. And as we close, remember Nelson Mandela's words, education is the most powerful weapon. which you can use to change the world. Your support makes a difference for our students. Let's continue working together to create a brighter future for all. Thank you for your commitment and education and for being a part of this event on today. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.